Hey, LUXANA.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm getting so ready to get this interview started.
So what were you doing today?
Well, I've been working all day on my album, which is basically what I've been doing day and night, taking up all my life, all my mind, all my soul. So,
Oh, that sounds great. So you ready for this 20 or 15?
oh yes.
All right, LUXANA. So
Looking forward to it.
all right, so if I were to ask you, aside from being a singer-songwriter, who is LUXANA? What would you tell me?
Well, LUXANA, I'm basically, I'm kind of cheesy, but this is me, this is who I am. I'm one of those people who basically just bases my entire existence on kindness and unity and connection, and this is just such a huge part of why I'm even a singer-songwriter and involved in music, because I view music as kind of the universal language where we can all understand each other and connect. So basically, LUXANA is just basically a person like any other looking to connect, but through music.
So music is pretty spiritual to you then, I guess.
Pretty much everything.
All right, so if I were to ask you, what's a place that you've never been before but that you always wanted to go, what would you say?
There's two places that I'm just completely obsessed with that I've never been to at all, but obsessed. Egypt and England. It seems almost weird. It's like the ultimate empire and then, you know, this like ancient civilization, but hey, they've both called to me since a very early age, and they're still calling to me, so I better make it there soon.
Alright, so how about a place that you've already been to before but that you would just love to revisit?
Well, I haven't been to that many places, but again, two places that I'm absolutely obsessed with. And it's not really fair game because I lived in New York City, so it's kind of like, well, it's not really a place I visited, it's somewhere I lived. But I always see it like Puerto Rico is my home and New York City is my heart and Paris is like my heaven. Paris I've only been to for months, so yeah, Paris is the one that I'm like, l'amour, get to Paris.
Alright, so let's say you're on death row and they tell you you can have one last meal, anything you want, what would you eat?
Definitely the cheesiest pasta in the world with, the hard part is marinara or pesto sauce, but definitely the cheesiest pasta. And I'm a vegetarian, so just cheese, no meat. Just the cheesiest pasta, and I even got the dessert, something with guava. Guava, people, you know.
Yeah, I like guava. Alright, so when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Ooh, this is fun because I only wanted to be a singer like when I was in college. My entire childhood I wanted to be a writer. But obviously then I found out I could sing and I was like, let's write songs.
Hey,
but I wanted to be like a novelist. I wanted to be a writer and like a serious writer.
Alright, so this is a pretty nice beach. You wanna maybe step up and take a little walk?
Let's walk around and enjoy this beach a little more.
Alright, so what's your all-time favorite movie?
All-time favorite movie? Well, I go back and forth a lot with that one, but I have to say it's Pirates of the Caribbean. And I go back and forth because there's a lot of movies I love. I love The Mask. There's a lot, but I don't know if you're up to speed on all the bochinches, but our good man Johnny Depp just got out of the deep end with his situation, and now we all know that he's in fact not an abusive husband, but the nice dude we always thought he was. So I'm back to supporting him, and
he got offered
that definitely is one of my favorite movies, so I want to give him that shout out.
Alright, so aside from movies, let's talk about movies, but also series, comics, books. What would be your all-time favorite character?
Ooh, here you're getting me just like, you could have me for 3 hours here. In fact, I'm just gonna show you my phone. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it correctly, but see this right here. I'm a Targaryen, and my queen is Daenerys Targaryen. So my all-time favorite character is Daenerys Targaryen, and I think that she is an iconic character that's gonna she's gonna be like King Arthur, man. She's just gonna be huge for
years and years,
decades, and who knows, maybe all of literature forever, however long we are around for.
I mean, I can understand. You have 2 daughters. One is named Emilia, another one is Khaleesi.
Yes, so you know.
I'm down with the Targaryens.
You know exactly. But yeah, but actually my favorite book is probably Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But you know, the series adaptation, there's no beating those badass women at Game of Thrones. There just is nuts.
Alright, so who inspires you?
Well, this is funny because I just went on and on about Daenerys Targaryen, but as a singer, I actually a couple of years ago have found out that I suffer from several pretty serious health conditions, and Emilia Clarke, the actress that plays Daenerys Targaryen, suffered 2 brain aneurysms, as well as, I don't even know if I'm saying that correct, brain aneurysms.
Yeah.
and just so many things, like she couldn't walk for a bit. She went through hell and she just kept going and kept going and kept going. You know, similar to her character, except obviously this real woman never murdered anyone or was going after any power. She was just getting through. So great inspiration in fiction and in reality. Whenever I feel like, oh, my sickness, oh, I'm really getting down, I'm like, well, Emilia Clarke almost died and kept filming this huge series that like put so much pressure on her, so I think I can make it through today.
Alright, so let's say we put a plate of pasteles in front of you. Are you team ketchup or are you team no ketchup?
You know what? This is sad because I would have been team ketchup all my life up until very recently. Because like I said, since I have this like immune situation happening, anything acidic like ketchup, I just can't eat it anymore. So I'm team Mrs. Ketchup.
Alright, so
and you people team ketchup, you enjoy it. You enjoy it. You don't let anybody stop you.
So would you rather chill in the house, or are you more the type of person that likes to go out, hang out, go out and about?
I'm a chill in the house girl 100%, because it's not safe out there, ladies. And also it's just chill. You know, there's so much fun stuff you can do at the house, and you go out every once in a while. But you know, suma y resta, I want to spend more hours chilling in the house than, you know, like out wild partying.
Alright, so if I were to ask you, what is the best thing about social media, what would you say?
Definitely, I have made so many unbelievable connections through social media that, you know, we sometimes think of all the toxic things, all the hatred, all the shaming, but it's such a good place to find people with similar interests, especially, like I said, I got my condition, I was like, I'm dying, and then you get on social media and then you meet all these people that are going through exactly the same thing as you. You're having a hard time as an artist, you're like, why aren't enough people clicking on my things? And then you see all these people going through the same thing, and then we're all making the same mistake. Or, you know, a lot of us are frustrated about this is happening politically and you feel so alone because everyone around you just accepts it. But you find a group within social media that you can kind of relate, and then you feel less alone. Just like I said, just like music helps us connect, sometimes the internet is right there. You literally just connect online and that's all you need.
Alright, so now we already talked about the best thing. What's the worst?
Yeah, so like I said about the toxicity, it's pretty much that. It's not even the toxicity, because even in real life, you can like talk to people and disagree and you can fight with people. But I think that there's the danger, of course, of when fake things just spread like wildfire, and then if those fake things, they can be harmless. It could be something silly like about a dog, and if it's fake, who cares? But if it's something damaging someone's reputation, or that could endanger someone's life, or that could have serious political consequences, then it becomes a place where bad things can happen.
Alright, so what's something that people would be surprised to know about you?
Surprised to know about me? That's a hard one, because I don't feel like I'm very surprising, but that's probably very wrong. A lot of people are surprised that despite the fact that I am just completely obsessed with becoming a singer and music is my everything, that I actually love children, have been a kindergarten teacher several times, and I teach, obviously singing, but I also teach English and French. Never had the chance to teach Spanish yet, weirdly enough.
Alright, so now that we know you speak...
So that's like a weird... Yeah. People usually are surprised about that for some reason.
Alright, so since we now know you speak English, Spanish, and a little French, what's your favorite word?
Ooh, my favorite word. It always changes. For a long time, when I was a little girl, it was in Spanish, and it was Crepúsculo, but it means twilight. So now it feels so charro. But when I was like a child, but I'm like, this is where, oh, you're gonna be so surprised that I speak all these languages. Welcome to not surprised, super basic, every girl loves kittens, that whole thing. So
Alright, so
that's my whole deal on that.
Alright, so how about, what is your biggest fear?
That's another one that's changed a lot. For like a little millisecond, we're gonna get like scary. Because first, my greatest fear used to be rape. Then it used to be death, you know. And then I grew up and I realized, you know, we're all gonna die. So really, my greatest fear is, you know, like many artists of us, I think it's just to live a life that we ultimately feel unfulfilled with.
Yeah. We've heard that a couple of times already in these interviews too.
A lot of people with purpose that you're interviewing.
Alright, so out of everything that you own, physical things, what's your most prized possession?
Out of the things that I have physically that are mine, what is my most prized possession? Ooh, it's not my iPhone, because that's been breaking so much. Sponsor me. But really, right now, my favorite prized possessions is just silly things that I get really attached to, like earrings. These earrings in specific, they're made in Puerto Rico by this local girl named ACC Moira. I actually recommend her. I have like 10 of her earrings. In fact, you should interview her. She's fantastic. And this is just one of the many styles that she's worked on. She's very crafty. She makes things to put on your head. She makes all kinds of things. So I'm a huge fan right now of these and all of my ACC Moira earrings.
Is she the one that did the head things for the music video?
No, that's actually Loki Kipo. She's actually my favorite cosplayer, and she also is very craftsy, but she doesn't make earrings. She makes crowns. In my music video, ooh, this is my perfect moment to plug in my product. In my new music video for my song Amar en Secreto, you can see all of us beautiful witches wearing our witch crowns by Lokikipo. She's got her Etsy crafts shop, Mischief Crafts.
Alright, so what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Favorite flavor of ice cream, pistachio, no doubt, all my life.
Alright, so what's something somebody can do that will immediately just piss you off?
Ooh, I'm like an elitist for empathy. Like, I just don't like people who are rude to others, or when someone's in a vulnerable position, you make it about yourself. Like, if someone's in a position of distress, be it me, be it my friend, be it my mom, be it you, and then there's the third person and they say what's wrong, and you're like, oh, I have a fever and my head hurts, and this person, instead of saying, because I'm gonna teach you what you should say, I'm sorry you feel this way, this sounds terrible, what can I do to help? They say things along the lines of like, oh, that's what you think, you have it hard, I haven't slept in 3 days, I haven't eaten, and I also have a headache. And it's like, well, I'm sorry that you've made these unhealthy choices, but I still have my own headache, and thank you for your complete lack of empathy. That just gets on my nerves every time. Just be nice, it's not that hard. Life is sucky, a lot, don't be sucky you.
Alright, so if you could see the Luxana from 5 years ago, what's something you would like to tell her?
What would I tell her? Oh my god, don't be so scared. Don't be such a little fraidy cat. I've always been such a good little girl, always so scared of pushing the wrong buttons, of bothering people. And I think that you're always gonna bother someone, because I played nice little girl for years and years and years, and I still bothered someone, and now I'm just doing whatever I want and I bother about the same amount of people. So
alright, so we're here, we're at the last question. 5 years in the future, what's something that you would like to have changed about yourself, and what's something that you would like to have stayed the same?
The one thing that's kind of my favorite thing about myself all my life that I hope I can keep in 5 years and forever is I'm very, very grateful. Even when I'm at my saddest, I am just always aware of the insane luck I have that I am at this very second alive. I don't know what happened before, I don't know what's coming after. I am grateful to be alive, always have been, always will be. That's what I hope never changes. Just this feeling of I'm alive and I don't have to ask for anything more, because that's enough of a gift. But what I do want to change is, you know, be a little less I'm not gonna call myself lazy, but I want to be a harder worker. You know, my mom is like a workaholic, and I'm kind of like a dramatic artist type. So, you know, I'm kind of the type of person that when I'm sad, I'll be like, okay, it's time for my 3-4 hour emotional break. But I want to become more of a fearless, always continues, never stops, never takes a break, you know, workaholic type. Not so much, you know, not so many breaks.
Alright, Luxana, well, this was a wonderful interview. I want to thank you so much for going on 2015. We definitely got to do this again. Had a lot of fun.
I have been so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I was looking forward to it so much, and it has been so much fun. And I look forward to seeing it.
Alright, Luxana, so hopefully we see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Now you know you have to follow 15th and Bridgeport in Instagram, in Facebook, and on YouTube. And you have to follow Luxana Music if you would like to have me in your life. I have also a Facebook page, just says Luxana. I have my YouTube page, Luxana Music, and my Instagram page, Luxana Music. And I also